The world ended quietly. A virus, a plague, whatever it was, turned the living into the dead. Flesh-hungry, relentless, the walkers swarmed the earth. We've followed Rick Grimes, a former sheriff, through so much. He lost his best friend, watched his wife die, held his newborn daughter in a world gone mad. He found a group, became a leader, a protector. They found a prison, a beacon of temporary safety. They tried to rebuild, to farm, to live, but danger always lurked. The governor, a man warped by loss and driven by power, became their worst nightmare. He took their home, their loved ones. Now the prison, their sanctuary, is under siege. The governor, fueled by vengeance, launched a full-scale assault. Tanks crashed through the gates, bullets ripped through the air. The prison yard became a chaotic battleground. Survivors, armed with whatever they could find, fought with the ferocity of cornered animals, but against the governor's firepower they stood little chance. The walls, once symbols of security, now meant nothing. They offered no protection from the governor's wrath. The prison, their haven, transformed into a death trap. The governor, his eye patched, his soul blacker than ever, directed his forces with cold precision. He craved more than victory. He wanted to break Rick. He wanted to make him suffer as he had suffered. The governor's obsession with Rick consumed him, twisted him into a monster. He became the embodiment of the very evil the survivors fought to survive. The attack was relentless. Explosions rocked the prison. Smoke choked the air, obscuring the horrors unfolding. The survivors, outnumbered and outgunned, fought with the courage born of desperation. They had come too far, lost too much to surrender now. Their home, their lives, their very humanity hung in the balance. Section 5. Blood-soaked grounds, casualties of war. The ground ran red with the blood of the living and the dead. Familiar faces, friends, family fell victim to the governor's merciless assault. Each loss chipped away at the survivors' dwindling hope. Among the fallen was Lori, Rick's wife, shot down while fleeing with her baby. Her death, a devastating blow, threatened to shatter Rick's sanity. He had already endured so much, lost so much. Could he survive this? Section 6. The governor's demise. A tyrant falls. As the battle raged, Rick and the governor came face to face. Their confrontation, years in the making, erupted with primal fury. Both men, fueled by rage and grief, fought with the intensity of wild animals. In the end, it was Michonne, a woman hardened by loss and driven by a thirst for vengeance, who delivered the killing blow. With a swift, brutal stroke of her katana, she ended the governor's reign of terror. Section 7. Rick, broken but unbowed. The battle was over, but the cost of victory weighed heavily on the survivors. They had lost their home, their friends, their innocence. Rick, his spirit crushed by Lori's death, seemed to lose himself in his grief. His son, Carl, now forced to confront the brutal reality of their world, stepped up to become his protector, his anchor to sanity. Section 8. Picking up the pieces, a world in fragments. Scattered and broken, the survivors fled the carnage. The prison, once a symbol of hope, now stood as a grim reminder of their vulnerability. The world outside the fence awaited them, a vast and unforgiving wasteland teeming with the undead. They had survived this battle, but their ordeal was far from over. They were changed, forever marked by the horrors they had witnessed and the losses they had endured. Section 9. A glimmer of hope, the road ahead. Even in the face of unimaginable loss, the will to survive endured. The survivors, bound by shared trauma and a flicker of hope, pressed on. They would find a new shelter, a new purpose. They would rebuild for themselves, for the future, for the hope that even in this shattered world, humanity could endure. The road ahead would be fraught with danger, but they would face it together, forever changed by the crucible of the prison.